Welcome back to the show. Now we're going to see Yoshiki Takahashi take on Jason Godsey. And now, Josh, Jason Godsey, a Golden Gloves champ, but in Pancrace, you have to be good on the ground, not just with your fists on your feet.
You know, I think that's actually a little misleading about Jason Godsey. Jason really more known for his wrestling and catch wrestling ability, going for the submissions, which is pretty much a staple of Pancrace. Godsey finding early on success with his wrestling and grappling ability in events like Extreme Challenge and other cage fights within North America, beating the likes of Jeremy Horn and other well-notable stars. Against Takahashi, though, a really tough, hot-headed veteran known for power in both of his hands, and they call him tough. I like to call him Wild Man.
All right, let's see if Jason Godsey can deal with the Wild Man.
Jason Godsey versus Yoshiki Takahashi.
Godsey here is gonna have to watch out. Now look at the do on Takahashi.
Truly a wild child and a quick start to this fight.
Godsey closing the distance early on, using his size advantage against Takahashi, clamping down on the head, looking for the front choke or at the very least the front headlock takedown.
And Jason Godsey is 5-2 at this point. And interesting note, Takahashi is the main character of a manga, but I don't think he looks like that in the manga books.
No, not quite. But again, on the receiving end of another low blow is Takahashi. I swear if this guy can have kids after his Pancrace career, it'll be amazing.
And the look on his face says it all. Although he has to worry about Jason Godsey right now, not about
right,
sons
exactly.
and daughters.
You know, he's main character of a manga called Tough. Might as well rename it Jump at this point.
And both in the corner, and Godsey getting the best of Takahashi so far. Takahashi trying to throw the kick, and now Godsey has him in the headlock.
Yeah, wasting no time, and you know, even though he did commit the foul and taking Takahashi out of the ring as Godsey, even though he committed the foul, Godsey is veteran enough to realize that it's going to affect Takahashi's performance right away. Gets right on Takahashi and tries to make the most of any advantage he may get actually from the low blow. Interesting enough, Takahashi, I believe at this time this is around the same time that Takahashi competed in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, gaining a win and handing Walid Ismail, a famous and very well-known Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, his first loss.
Oh. As the fight restarts in the center of the ring.
Godsey cautious, looking to initiate the clinch, and Takahashi looking to unload.
And Godsey throwing some kicks, not afraid of Takahashi. Godsey just moving in.
Godsey a little flinchy against Takahashi, the swinger, getting in, closing that distance and hitting with a few short palm strikes, looking for the double.
Now he's vulnerable.
Godsey looking to secure the neck of Takahashi. He's maybe able to turn this fight around.
What does Takahashi have to do, Josh? I'm sure he can't keep this position.
He's got to punch that elbow to the mat, get flat, try and get an underhook against Godsey and get his way back to his feet. Even giving his back up like this is fine as long as he can control Godsey's hand, hit a stand-up, shrug him off,
and Takahashi taps out to the rear naked choke. Jason Godsey, very impressive. Like you said, Josh, even though he's a Golden Gloves champ, he's very good on the ground.
Yeah, in fact, I would say his strength truly actually lies on the ground, Godsey here. Godsey also, another anecdote, trainer of UFC fighter Chris Lytle previously, and Alex Stiegler.
And let's move on to Kyuma Kunioku versus...
You have trouble with that one too,
Kyuma Kunioku.
Kyuma. That's it. Yeah, I stumble over that one all the time.
All right, we'll work on that backstage. But he's going to fight John Lober, who is known as The Machine. Why is he known by that? Is it because of his fight game?
Basically because of the fact that John would just not quit like a machine. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. Known for having incredible amounts of stamina.
All right, let's see how The Machine does.
Kyuma Kunioku versus John Lober.
John Lober, as you see, has the word machine tattooed across his stomach. He's from Huntington Beach, California.
Yeah, Lober, having previous experience fighting in cage fights in Russia, and recently at this point in time at the Extreme Fighting Championship against champion Igor Zinoviev, taking him to a draw.
Over now with the side control.
Striking as he's transitioning. We'll see how Kunioku deals with the ground and pound attack, as he is probably unused to this.
Lober trying to be patient, not wanting to rush anything against Kunioku.
Wrenching the neck is Lober, applying pressure against Kunioku. No submission yet, but driving that elbow onto Kunioku's face, trying to enact some movement from Kunioku, maybe make a mistake. Now looking to unload.
And he starts doing that. And I think he just pulled Kunioku's hair. Josh, that is not legal.
Well,
you said he was a street fighter.
He is a street fighter. And also Lober is used to fighting in competitions where you got to remember, at this time, hair pulling, headbutts, even groin shots could have been legal.
And he gets a yellow card for that foul. And not only that, he loses the position. Both fighters now back up on their feet.
Back on the feet now, Kunioku and Lober. Let's see if Kunioku can take advantage, but he's taken down immediately off of the kick attempt by Lober.
And once again, the ref stops the fight. It looks like Lober violated another rule. I think he might get a red card for this. He put his hand around the neck of Kunioku, I think.
Nice takedown by Lober, well timed. And there he is grabbing the throat of Kunioku's with that serial killer choke.
And that definitely is not allowed. He gets assessed a red card now. I'm not sure who explained the rules to Jason Godsey, but didn't do a very good job.
Well, Godsey, luckily enough, was able to interpret the rules, but Lober here is having some difficulty.
Oh, yes, John. What am I talking about? And so far, it does look like the machine is well oiled. Not looking too bad in his Pancrace debut.
Landing a few strikes is Lober. Kunioku returning in kind, and back in the clinch is Kunioku and Lober. A very big strike from out of the clinch.
Kunioku trying to respond as both fighters clinch once again near the ropes, and Kunioku brings him down.
Dropping to the guard is Kunioku. Not a very wise move, if you ask me. I think Kunioku really should have tried to keep the top position.
Now
working for the triangle, though, is Kunioku against Lober.
Once again, these fighters very close to the ropes. Lober knows what he's doing, should move Kunioku to the center. Doesn't get a chance to because the ref breaks the fight and will restart again. And there's only 1 minute left, Josh. Who's got to really push it to the metal to the
Well, actually, as funny as this seems, Lober, since Kunioku is the one who's got the lost points from the fouls, as he works the nasty front choke against Lober, and he's set in.
He has got that front choke. John Lober managed to get out of it.
Lober, incredibly tough to finish. He would go on after this to have a fight against Frank Shamrock. And Frank threw every submission in the book at it, unable to finish Lober, and Lober actually coming out on top against former King of Pancrace, Frank Shamrock.
And this match is winding down. Lober still on top.
20 seconds left. Not much for opportunity for Lober to win this fight, it looks like.
And if John Lober wants to win, he's got to go for a submission right here, but Kunioku, very good defenses. Lober with the side control.
Big strike by Lober.
Does not knock Kunioku out, and Lober runs out of time. And the winner is Kunioku via the decision by the judges. And Josh, I think those penalties really cost Lober.
Yeah, I really think that if he hadn't incurred those penalties, Lober would have come out the victor in this match.
I don't know how great a student John Lober was, but I'm not sure if he really did his homework in going through that rule book.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's really a case of force of habit, since the fights, a lot of the fights that Lober was engaged in at the time, rules basically consisted of no biting, no eye gouging, go at it. And Pancrace would be a dramatic change for someone like Lober, really more of a sporting environment than some of the earlier cage fights and no-holds-barred fights he would have competed in.
All right, we're going to have to take a quick break, but when we come back, Boss Rutan is in action.